What's up, champions? Welcome back to Jet Surfing Nation, your place where we test and review different jet boards and eFoils. Today, in this episode, in sunny Estoril, Portugal, we are going to explore the new Waydoo One Plus eFoil. Joining me today, Joachim from Flying Fish eFoils.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for coming over.
You came, not me.
Yeah, I came all the way from Amsterdam. Yeah.
And of course, joining us today, Pedro from Usha Emotion.
Hi Mike, nice to see you again.
A few years ago, we made a video with Pedro covering the original Waydoo Flyer 1 model. But today I'm excited to see all the improvements they made this year. So let's get started. Alright, Joachim, let's get started with the basics. Tell us everything what was improved in this new version compared to the original one that we tested a few years ago.
Yeah, perfect. So the core of the product stays the same. We're now looking at the third generation of the board, and many things have been improved, to be honest. So the core has stayed the same. We still offer two types of boards. One is the carbon and one is the EPP. To tell you a bit about the EPP, they increased the rigidity of the board, so it's way even stronger than before, and it's way more sustainable. So this is really a good material. It's very light and it's very strong. So talking about the battery, they've been changing the buttons of the battery. We saw that before sometimes sand got stuck in or the battery buttons were failing. Now they changed it to a magnet button, and that works really great. They're really sustainable and durable. Let me show how it works. So you have a magnet attached to the remote, and it works the same as before actually. So it's one time short, one time long to turn off the battery, and then one time short, one time long to turn on the battery as well. And then you're good to go actually. So it still has 24 speed settings like before, and now goes up to 40 kilometers per hour. So the top speed has increased a lot. Now also they changed the battery cells. Instead of normal cells we use Samsung cells, which are way more sustainable, and that's also increasing a bit of the battery duration, the endurance of the battery. So they changed from around 45 minutes, I would say, to up to 1.5 hours, if you're, of course, depending on weight, depending on skill level. But that's also a big plus. So that's one of the advantages over the old model. So then, talking about the mast, so we are offering two types of mast: the 65 centimeter mast and the 80 centimeter mast. They're really strong and the core is good, so they won't bend and they last really well. And they changed the propeller. The propeller guard and the propeller itself is way smaller than before, and that has a major advantage over the former one. It's super quiet and it rides super smooth. So that's really nice of the new Waydoo One Plus model. Then in terms of wings, we know that from before there are two types of wings. We have the Patroller wing, which has 1000 square centimeters, and then the Explorer wing, which has 1600 square centimeters. They're working on a high aspect wing, and it's planned to be on the market from November, December onwards. So for 2023, we definitely will have the high aspect wing.
But what's the main difference of EPP and the carbon fiber model?
So, to be honest, the carbon fiber model is an EPP one with a wraparound. So we see that many people choose for the carbon just for the looks. If you just go for the ride experience, go for the EPP. It's a really good material, it's super strong and super light. So if you don't give about the looks, then go for the EPP. Even though I must say the new EPP looks pretty good. It has a bit of a darker gray color, I'm pretty happy with the color as well.
And it's very durable. I know, Pedro, you've been renting several seasons now. Did you have any issues with the board?
No, one of my boards got damaged because one of the wings hit it, but I put some glue on it and it's still riding. But that was one case in several boards that I've been riding for the last 2 years. So even the older version is quite good for me. This one looks much better finish, and the gray color, it's really nice. So I'm looking forward to test this new board also.
And there is a aluminium structure inside, so it's not just fully APP, it's reinforced, right?
It's reinforced, and they increase the rigidity of the board, which makes it really strong. And the big plus, so we sell a lot of these EPP to charter companies, to people that own boat. It can take a hit and it won't damage the boat. So for that reason, it's also a very good reason to choose for the EPP. The whole setup, guys, is 30 kilos, so they also managed to drop the weight a bit.
And speaking of the issues, we know original Kickstarter models had some issues with the break in mass. Did they reinforce it in the new version?
Yeah, so they learned a lot. So we're now looking at the third generation, and yeah, they have been learning a lot from the defects and faults there were in at the beginning. It's a starting market, so every brand, every eFoil is starting up with some hiccups, which you cannot anticipate on. But now being on the market already for 3 years, I'm really confident to sell this product, and it's really working great. So yeah, I'm really happy with the board now.
One of the coolest features of eFoils for me is the ability to ride the waves, and for this you need a folding prop.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the new folding prop that you are going to introduce.
Yeah, so Waydoo recently launched the folding prop. That's one of the things that can be bought as an accessory. The folding prop is 400 euros including VAT, and will be on the market from now on. So yeah, pre-orders can be taken now, and it works pretty great. So yeah, it's just working like folding props we know from sailing boats, from other eFoils, and we are really happy that we can add this as well as an accessory to the Waydoo eFoil.
And as I know, some people are concerned because this is a Chinese brand, how they're going to service it, because it's hard to ship everything back to China. So what is the way to do it?
So first of all, Waydoo is owned by DJI. DJI, the biggest drone company in the world, is the mother company of Waydoo, and that gives me at least a lot of confidence in the brand, and also in R&D, but also in after sales. What we saw over the past 3 years is that we faced a lot of problems like every other brand, but one thing they did really well, and that's after sales. So when something got damaged or were broken under warranty, it got replaced immediately, straight away. The system works pretty great. We have an after sales center in Germany, and we as a European distributor, having 50 dealers, there's always a dealer close by to help you out with the problems. So yeah.
And speaking of the dealers, here we have Portugal Foils. It's a location in Estoril where we are right now, and they're kind enough to let us ride here, test the board. So if you happen to be in this area, you're welcome to check this out as well. And of course, you guys, you're selling the whole Europe.
Pedro in the north of Portugal, in Aveiro.
So you got whole Europe covered.
Yeah, exactly. So we have more than 50 dealers, and I think we have a presence literally in every country in Europe. So yeah, please reach out to one of the closest dealers to either buy your board or get your service.
Very cool. So it's very important to mention the plug and play solution of Waydoo. So there are no cables to connect, as you know, there are no data cables, no cooling cables. It's everything here is plug and play. We just put the battery in and you're ready to go. So this is one of the advantages of the Waydoo compared to other eFoils in the market.
Exactly. Yeah, it literally takes you only 5 minutes to do the whole setup. So from now on, the board comes with a suitcase instead of the board bag that we're familiar with. Everything, even the battery, fits in this suitcase. You strap the board on. With the carbon board, you get a board bag included. With the EPP, that's not necessary, and you can just strap it on, and then you're good to go, because it has wheels, and it can bring you like this just to the closest place to go on the water. So that's really a big plus as well. So the whole setup and the transport even got better than already before.
Very cool. And of course we should mention that Waydoo is also producing the outboard motors, yeah? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Waydoo designed an accessory for the Waydoo eFoil that you can install it on an outboard boat. So a rubber boat can be driven with the Waydoo eFoil. It's an accessory that you attach the converter, the accessory on the little plate of the rubber boat. For the rest, you need all the pieces that you also need for your eFoil instead of except for the board. And it has a battery, a remote, and the mast. And then you can just use it as a little dinghy, which is pretty cool and intelligent design, I would say. So one more thing on the propeller. It's easy to click it off and click it on. That's a really nice design, and in the future we will bring more and more propellers like the folding propeller, and it's just to be clicked on and click off. So that's really easy. Also, if you need to change your propeller because it broke, it's pretty easy to do that.
All right, sounds good. I'm excited to see that Waydoo keeps improving the product each season, and I know they recently even launched the diving scooter called Subnado that I've been testing, so you can check it out on our channel.
So one more thing is the Waydoo app. That's a really nice, well-designed app. Gives you all the features you need, so you can track your ride, you can track your top speed, you can track your range. And a really nice thing is that there's a community inside the app, so you can hook up with other Waydoo riders and go for a ride together, or just see what other people do with and where they ride with their Waydoo. So that's really nice. So we're really planning to build an online community with Waydoo. Okay,
thank you so much, Johan, and thank you for coming. I cannot wait to try it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Look how less noisy it is right now. We can even have a conversation. Yeah, Pedro?
Hello, Mike. How are you?
Very nice riding, very smooth.
Very smooth, eh?
There you have it, guys. Another great eFoil has been successfully tested. Look at me, I've been riding almost half an hour, I'm still dry. It's really easy to ride. Very smooth, very quiet. You know, I've been testing an old version and it was really loud, like a tractor. This one is almost noiseless. Very good improvements all around. So if you're looking forward to get started in the sport of eFoiling and still not ready to buy a premium brand, I think Waydoo is a great entry-level eFoil for you to get started and have fun. Another idea for you is you can start a rental station with a board like this. It's very soft, it's PPP, so you're not going to hurt the students.
A lot of improvements have been made. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for riding with me again. It was a great pleasure.